Now, the 4-point plan is to return our province to a surplus position, and as I said before, being back in black in 3 years. We can do that because we can cushion, as I said, the unbelievable drop in revenue, shield low-income Albertans and their seniors, and start growing the economy because of the fund. But I can assure you that there's a few things that we will not go back on, and that is the massive infrastructure program that started long before the recession. And we are going to continue the infrastructure program. It employs people, if anything, and what I know from my experience and listening to municipal leaders, listening to our people in infrastructure and transportation, when you get productivity up as much as we have in the last year, low interest rates, and add to that the fact that we are getting some unbelievable tenders on infrastructure that used to be inflated 20–30%, now we see a reduction of 30–40%. Now is the time to build, and I ask for your support in that area. I ask for your support because I know we're going to come out of this recession stronger, and when we do, we're going to need that infrastructure. We're still going to see 50,000 new Albertans move to Alberta. And why? Because we continue to be that land of opportunity where people can achieve their dreams. And I hear that on a daily basis of Albertans, new Albertans, coming from other areas of Canada, different countries. Now, on another point, I know that you've recently met with Ray, Minister of Municipal Affairs. And Ray has told me that these meetings have been very, very productive. I appreciate the time all of you have taken to sit down with Ray and let him know what's important to you. And I know that we've created a good partnership through a lot of programs, but especially the Municipal Sustainability Initiative, MSI. And ladies and gentlemen, we all know the growth pressures that's really putting stress on our municipal governments. There's no doubt about that. And it's stresses that municipal taxes cannot accommodate. We know that as well. Although times have changed, provincial revenues have dropped, we're certainly supportive of the Municipal Sustainability Initiative. It's one of the commitments that I made while seeking the leadership of the party and also as Premier. It is a high priority for me, and it's a high priority for our government. So we'll continue to invest in municipalities, especially these days, as I said earlier, where we see these dramatic reductions in construction costs. I want to make this commitment to you that the program is important. We're crunching some numbers heading into the end of this year. And I know that many of you have told Ray, can you tell us more or less where we're going to be before we complete our budgets before the end of this fiscal year? Because our fiscal years are different. Yours end December 31st, ours is March 31st. We will make that commitment to give you a ballpark, a figure of where the budget numbers will be. Now, I also want to tell you that if we have to make some changes this year, I am open to the idea of committing to you that we extend the MSI, the program, a year or two, so that means that you do get the money that we said you were going to receive through the commitment. I have great confidence in the province of Alberta. The program, somebody said, well, can you determine what will happen in 2014 or 15? Well, all I know is that we will be in a good fiscal position, and we will get there because we've worked together and improved the infrastructure and the programs we deliver collectively to Albertans. Something else that I want to talk to you about is Alberta capital bonds. This recession is a difficult one. But the recession that hit our family, the worst, was in 1982. I'll never forget driving from the Lamont Bank, well, I won't name the bank because I'll probably get in trouble, paying 22% interest rates. But it was a 14-mile drive home to the farm. Got a business, operating the farm, a young wife, 3 sons. And I did not know how I was going to survive into the next year with 22% interest rates. Because you could work 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. And many of you in this room, roughly my age, know that feeling in your stomach. It's not easy. I appreciate and I know what families are going through during this recession. And that's why we're going to look after those lower income Albertans, those that have lost their jobs, but keep focusing on ensuring that we keep growing jobs in Alberta. Because everybody wants to contribute positively, and everybody wants to, as a provider, put food on the table and help educate their children. And that's why I'm bringing back the Alberta capital bonds. Because if you compare 82 to this recession, in 1982, if you were a senior, you did receive 12, 14, 15% on your savings. We paid 22, but on the reverse side, those that had money in the bank, we're seeing, almost a doubling of their savings in 4 or 5 years. Well, it's different today. The seniors receiving maybe 0.5, 1%. Some of the investment, the savings have dropped dramatically. And why not? At a time, which I think is very critical for Albertans, is to allow Albertans to invest directly in the province's future and invest directly in your own communities. I share this story with you. 1993 was, June of 1993 was both exciting, but it also presented some challenges to our family. I was elected as the MLA for Vegreville Viking, leaving home to a degree to make changes in terms of the business. Our oldest son graduated, is going to university, and my wife's dad, father-in-law, was killed in a tractor accident. But one thing I distinctly remember is our son, oldest son, could cash in, at that time was a Canada savings bond. The yield was pretty good, and it helped pay for his university education. It also reminded him of the commitment and the confidence that his father or grandfather had in the country of Canada. And here we are, the only jurisdiction, $35 billion of assets. There's no jurisdiction. $10,000 per capita, where others are going to see their debt load increase dramatically at the end of this year. We will be able to weather this storm without increasing our operational debt. But here on the capital bond issue, I am firmly committed, because it will give Albertans to invest in infrastructure. They will be able to decide the kind of infrastructure they want to see in this province. And you know what? I know at the end of the day, they will also be proud of what they've helped contribute, working together to improve the quality of life for all Albertans.